Good morning, Wolfpack, and welcome to your Wednesday. Today's workout is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be the first in a small series of similar types of workout. What a lot of you may or may not have noticed is the exercises that we have been doing come in large part from the Pilates, the world of Pilates. And back in the 1940s, Joseph Pilates developed his repertoire of exercises, and the intention of the whole set of exercises was it was a full body workout from start to finish. And from start to finish, you would literally start with exercise number 1 and work your way through, getting stronger and stronger as you progressed. And you didn't move on to the next exercise until you had mastered the first one and the second one and so on. He was a real taskmaster, and we don't necessarily approach Pilates in the same way. What we do to a large extent now is make Pilates more achievable for beginners through to advanced participants by doing what we call layering. So we start off with an easier version of an exercise, and we build up, getting you stronger and more able to perform the full expression of the exercise. So what I'm going to do over coming weeks is when we do our Wednesday workouts, we're going to look at a subset of the original Joseph Pilates repertoire. Today we're going to be starting with the first 5 exercises, which are quite heavily ab-focused. And we're going to start getting, well, we've already been getting a bit familiar with a lot of the shapes, the C shape and the J shape that we put our spine into, which is like a theme running through all of Joseph Pilates exercises. And so we're just going to sort of pay a little bit more attention to just how often the same shapes appear. So what you'll find as you move through the repertoire is you will be making the same shape with your body, but it'll just be oriented in different ways. So the first exercise that we'll do is the 100, and it is a fundamental exercise. It's also a really hard exercise, which is hilarious because as far as Joseph Pilates was concerned, it's the warm-up. No, it's a whole workout all on its own as far as I'm concerned. But that's where we start, and the shape that you get into, you'll see it in lots of other different places. Rather than being on your back, you might be face down on the mat. But you'll start to be able to recognise that the same shape appears, just gets rotated depending on what exercise you're doing. So we're going to start with the first 5. It's the 100. It's number 2 is roll up. Number 3 is roll down. Number 4 is single leg circle. And number 5 is rolling back, also known as rolling like a ball. So let's get started. It's a little bit cold. I'm going to start with my jumper on and see how we go and warm up as we warm up. Alright, so what we're going to do is start with just a cat-cow exercise. We've already done plenty of these already, but I'll have it just sort of talk through what we're doing. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, as we've done before. Tuck your chin to your chest and look through to your thighs, and take the back of your shirt up to the ceiling. And then try to deepen that curve, that C curve in the back of your shirt by taking your gaze a bit closer to your belly button. Then drop the front of your pants down to the mat. Take your eyelashes up the wall and look to the ceiling. And now in your lower back, you're making a J shape. Switch over. Really push your back into your shirt as your shirt lifts up to the ceiling. Eyes through to your stomach. And then slowly change shape and make a J. Eyes up to the sky. Change direction. See if you can get the back of your shirt even higher. And slowly roll down. One more each way. Eyes to the sky. Get the front of your shirt as low to the floor as you can. Come back to a flat back. And then just sit back on your heels. Arms stretched out in front of you. Make that C shape through the top of your back again. Shirt up to the ceiling. Shift your weight forward onto your hands and drop your waistband to the floor. Look to the sky. And roll yourself back onto your heels. And then drop your waist to the floor. And keep shifting backward and forward. Up into a C as you roll forward, into a J as you look to the sky. Back into your C as you come back. Make this your last one. Back on your heels. Stretch out nice and long. Big deep breath. Your back should be all nice and warmed up. Now come and sit on your bottom. And then just make that C shape in the back of your shirt again. Tuck your chin to your chest. Just roll yourself down to the mat, keeping that lovely curve in your back as you roll down. Keep your knees bent. And tuck your chin to your chest. Make the C shape again as you just sit up. Actually, you're not sitting up, you're just lifting your shoulders off the mat. Keep that shape in your back. And then roll back down. Come up. You should already be starting to see we've already done quite a lot of getting into that C shape in the top of the back. Now next time you come up, hold it up, take your arms out long and start to beat them. Breathe in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down. Sit back up again. Roll up. Beat the arms again. 3, 2, 1. Roll back down. Do that one more time. Curl on up. Big yawns. Breathing in. Breathing out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolling down. Now bring your legs in to your chest. And then just extend one leg out. And bring it back in. Take the other leg out. Bring it back in. Keep doing that. While you're extending your leg out, pay attention to the waistband at the back of your pants. And you'll notice that when you've got your knee drawn in, one of your knees drawn in, you can't really do anything except keep that waistband pushed down to the mat. If you were to take both legs out though, it might get a bit more challenging for you. But that's the goal, to keep that waistband pushed down into the mat. Do 2 more. And then just hold both knees in. Just have a little rock. Now we're going to do that again. Extend one leg out long. Take the other leg out to meet it. Bring the first leg back in. And then bring the second one in. Other leg out long. Take a leg to meet it. Bring them back in. Now when I take my legs out long, my waistband wants to lift off the floor. That just means I'm not quite strong enough yet. So what you do instead is you can take your legs out higher, or you can not lengthen them. You choose an option which works for you. But be conscious of that waistband into the mat all the time. Do 2 more. Last one. And then keep the legs tucked into your chest. So now it's time to start bringing those together. So keep your knees to your chest. Roll your shoulders up, chin to your chest. Arms out long. Start beating the arms. Then take one leg out. Bring it back in. Other leg. Keep switching. Now this might be enough for you today. You choose the option that you're ready for today. Having a bit of a coordination issue. Keep going like that, or if you are feeling up to it, take both legs out. Stay nice and curled up. Lower your legs as low as you can go and keep your waistband into the mat. Or keep them high, whatever works. Whatever you do is good. Keep beating the arms. We're going to do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you've just done the 100. So that's Joseph Pilates warm-up. And if you're like anything like me and you couldn't have your legs out, because the ideal position is your legs just up off the floor. If you couldn't do that, Joseph Pilates would tell you to come back again next week. have another go. But we don't do that. Alright, so the next exercise that we're going to do is the roll up. This isn't an easy exercise either, so let's break it down a little bit. Let's start by just sitting up. I know it's a roll up. Why are we starting sitting? Because it's a bit easier that way. So start just bending forward, arms out, reaching toward or past your toes. Just do 3 little pulses there. Sit back tall. This is like the middle part of the exercise. We'll start with that. Do 2 more. This is also a very nice little stretch. Actually, let's just do 1 more because I was being a little bit lazy. What it should look like is chin to chest, arms out long, and your forehead should be headed towards your knees. Let's do a couple more and we'll do it right this time. Sorry, I was being lazy then. Alright, 1 more. Now, after the pulse in the exercise, you would come back up and start to roll down. But we're not going to roll the whole way down. Let's just start there. So keep your arms up straight. They should be pointed toward fingertips toward the ceiling. And your arms should be beside your ears. You really shouldn't see them. Tuck your chin to your chest. Make the C shape in the back of your shirt. And just start to roll. Don't go the whole way down yet. Let's just start there. I know I'm losing control when my feet want to lift up off the floor. That's okay. We'll just do 2 more there. And come up, have a little rest. It's almost time for my jumper to come off. I'm warming up. Alright, let's go back to where we started. Chin to chest, arms out long. Pulse 3 times. Come back up. Fingers to ceiling, and then start to roll back and hold. Sit back up tall, lean over, 3 little pulses, sitting back up tall, fingertips to ceiling, chin to chest, start to roll down, and hold, 2, 3, back up tall, fold forward, 3 pulses, back up tall, rolling back, hold for 3, 2, 1, up tall, forward fold, 3 pulses, tall. Now this time we're going to roll all the way to the floor. So chin to chest, don't see your arms, slowly roll down. Your arms should stay. So once you get to here, your arms stay there. And then you take your head down to the ground, then your arms follow. Get yourself back up, whatever way works for you. We're not rolling up just yet. So we'll start there again. Arms up tall, folding forward, 3, 2, 1, pulses, up to the ceiling, chin to chest, rolling back, rolling back, rolling back. We're going to the floor, Once you touch down, arms stay pointed to the ceiling, head to the floor, arms to the floor. Up however you need to. I'm going to do that one more time. Fingertips to the ceiling, forward, pulse, ceiling, chin to chest, start to roll, lock the arms, head goes down, arms follow. Okay, now here's the actual roll up part. So your arms start up above your head, they come to the ceiling. Your chin comes to your chest as you roll up tall, forward fold, 3 little pulses. Up to the ceiling, chin to chest, start to roll, stick the arms, head down, arms overhead. Ceiling, sitting up, forward fold, 3, 2, 1. Ceiling, roll, arms stay, head down, arms follow. Get going like that. I need a little bit of momentum to get up still. That's okay. You do what works for you as well. If it looks something like you're rolling up, that's good. What can be helpful in getting the momentum is having some weight in your hand, like a couple of soup cans or something. Your feet might lift up off the floor, that's okay as well. Let's just do 2 more. And last one, make it a good one. And that is rolling up. Is it rolling up? Is that what it's called? Roll up. That's roll up. All right. I'm going to adjust my pants because they're starting to slide down. Okay, next exercise. This one's a fun one. This one is called roll over. So what you're going to end up doing is having your feet all the way back over there. So shift yourself forward. If you're on a mat, shift so that you've got plenty of room on the mat behind you. And also just make sure you're not going to roll into anything. You will also need, here's where I'm getting a little bit unstuck, you'll also need enough room at your feet to be able to have your legs out long. So you're going to have your legs out long this way, you're going to have your legs out long that way, over your head. It's called a rollover. Alright. So just knees to your chest, feet on the mat, and just roll yourself back down. Always good practice to do this sort of thing, like when you're going to lay down, actually use the muscles. You might as well get a free workout while you're doing other stuff. So yeah, roll yourself down. So take your feet up to the ceiling. Get a bit used to your legs being long, your knees locked, toes pointed. Just sort of move them around a little bit there. Get a bit of a swing up and let your body come up off the mat. Let's do a couple more of those. You might find you get a bit more lift with your hands pressing into the mat. You might also find you just need a bit of knee bend. That's okay. Have a little bit of a rest there. I'll take my jumper off actually. Getting warm now. So yeah, start start to get a little bit of lift. And try and get your legs up over your head. Now it might be you need to start low. So I will often find that if I've got my legs up, I need to lower them down and get a bit of a run up to get my bottom up and over. Now other things that you can do is you can put like a cushion under your bottom, or what I've also found can be quite helpful is just give yourself a bit of a push in the bottom. So just push it over. And then once you get them over, just try to drop your toes to the floor. My voice has gone funny. You might not be able to get there, that's perfectly okay. But just get a bit of a feel for what that's like. Use your hands to catch you, so you don't have to do all that effort to get back over. But just have a little bit of a flat play with how that feels. And then you'll run out of oxygen because your diaphragm's squashed. Roll back down. Take a big deep breath. So, let's have a little go at this, shall we? Legs out long, flat on the floor. Lift them up to the ceiling. Let them drop if you need a bit of a swing. And take your legs up and over. Spread your legs apart so they're like a V, like that. And then, very slowly, roll back down. So your back's in a bit of a C shape at the moment. Unroll your C shape while you've got your legs straight and split apart. Rolling down, rolling down, rolling down. Hold on to the mat, that'll keep you up a bit. And then lower your legs down. Now you should be able to take them down to there according to Joseph, but just take them until you get that space at the back of your pants and your waistband comes off the mat. So lower them to that point, then bring your heels together, and then you're ready to go again. Legs up and over, little push, split the legs apart, and then slowly roll back down. As far as you can go, ankles together, and away we go again. Split the legs, roll down. Do one more of those. Split. Now when you roll down this time, keep your legs split. Stop wherever is comfortable. Bring your knees in if you like. Have a little bit of a breath, because now we go the other way. So now we start with the legs split, and we throw them up over our head again, bring the ankles together, and roll back. Use any of those little tips and tricks. Lift your bottom, have a cushion, whatever you need to do to get up and over. Push down into the mat's a really good one as well with your hands. Alright, let's get back to it. Legs apart, up and over, toes to the floor if you can get there, or as far as you can go. Heels come together, slowly unroll your C, back down to the mat, split the legs, go again. Heels together, roll down. 3 more to do. Split, over, heels together, rolling down. Split, over, heels together, rolling down. And last one, split, over, heels together, and roll down. Super slow this time. As much control as you can muster. And see if you can keep the legs lowering all the way to the floor. touchdown. Whew, that was a rollover. I need to practice that one a lot more. All right, coming up next, one leg circle. This one's fun. This one feels so nice. So laying flat on your mat, one leg out long. Take the other leg up to the ceiling, hands down into the mat. Now just make a circle with your toe. You can make that circle as big or small as you like. Start small and get bigger. Keep your shoulders and your arms glued to the mat while you make the biggest circle you can. Your hips can lift, or the hip of your moving leg can lift off the mat, but keep your shoulders and your arms stuck. Try to make the circle as round as you can. If that means it has to be a small circle, that's okay. It'll get bigger. Now turn the other way. This is my sore hamstring side, so not very flexy on this one. Try and keep the knee locked, toe pointed. Just do 2 more circles and bring the leg down. Have a little rest, give that a little bit of a shake. It feels nice, but it's still hard work. And then take the other leg up. Same again. Start drawing circles on the ceiling with your toe. Shoulders and arms are glued to the mat. Make it as big as you can. Hips can move. Changing directions. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop it down. That's one leg circle. So that one, you can start it out easy, just by a small circle. And then as you get stronger and more mobile, the circle gets bigger and bigger, until you end up where you can like roll yourself right around with this huge circle. That's where we're headed, but if we're not there today, we're not there today. That's okay. All right. Now sitting up on your mat, this is our last exercise for today. This one's called rolling back. It's also known as rolling like a ball. It's a lot of fun. So, on your bottom, knees tucked in towards your chest and hold on to your legs. Chin to your chest and your forehead towards your knees. Now it's really quite dead simple, this exercise. You just roll back. Oh, don't go too far. And then come back up. That's all we're going to do for now. Let's get a little bit more challenging. But let's just start with that. Don't go as far back as I do. Might need to use a little bit of momentum. So you probably noticed I got a little bit wonky at the end there. Legs were going everywhere. Oh, I think I'm just getting a little bit tired. Okay, so what we want to do that again, but what Joseph wanted us to do this exercise properly was two things. Stay in as tight in a little ball as we could, and see that C shape through the back of my shirt there, to maintain that C shape all the time. And then the other thing he wanted us to do was decelerate at the top of our roll and pause. So not crashing back down with our feet onto the mat, but balancing and pausing. So let's give both of those things a go. Okay if you don't nail it today, but let's just have a crack. Okay. I can balance about 30% of the time. Roll back and balance. Maybe even start with just your toes tapping the mat rather than your whole foot coming down. Do 2 more. We'll have a little rest. And then we'll finish with 5 more of those. See if we can nail it today. It's definitely a warm-up. Definitely a workout. This is only the first 5 exercises. There's 37 altogether. Okay. Let's do our 5 best. Alright, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, last one, 5. And we're done. Oh, I really enjoy that rolling back. It can be a little bit uncomfortable on your back, and you might find that your hips might slap back down onto the mat, or it might be you feel a bit sore along your spine. And what I found made it feel a hell of a lot better was a thicker mat. The one that I've got here, you can get blue ones and this red one from Kmart for $7.50, and it's a 10mm mat, and it makes it heaps more comfortable rolling on your back. The Pilates repertoire has quite a few different rolling type exercises. So if you have been enjoying doing these and you think you might keep doing these Pilates repertoire sessions with me, a thicker mat would be really quite helpful. Okay, I think that's all for this morning. We might have even run over time a little bit. Sorry about that. I hope it's not a huge issue for you. Next week we'll be doing probably exercises 6 to 10. I can't quite remember where that has us up to in terms of the sequence of exercises, but it'll be somewhere around then. On Friday night we will have our Friday wind down. Hope you can join me, and you have a really, really lovely Wednesday. Bye Wolfpack.